we got to do it again. Welcome to March Madness here on Z Reviews. And if you don't know what that means, it's because I just figured out that for some reason companies, many companies, are just like, hey, we're going to bring this out in March. And we're going to bring this out in March. And we're going to bring this out in March. So while this is not a review of these things, they're going to appear and I'm going to link them. We are here to talk about the SJY. Horizon Zero Dark 30. No, just Horizon. And it is SJY's most expensive headphone to date, currently on sale. Sale. Not like just on sale. Like it's $850 on sale. And it will be $1,000 when it's not on sale. And we'll talk about that. We're also going to, let me pop that right back to fuck up. Talk about the Rose Technics RT5000 DAC amp combo, which Hi-Fi Go was like, hey, yeah, with this. And then Fosse was like, hey, with this LC30, you know, the thing that does VU meters and stuff off of a speaker amp. That's coming out this week as well. So one of these may not be live yet. They're all gonna be. If you're 2 days late to watch this video, everything's available. Let's focus our efforts first on the headphones, because I feel like that's why you're here. Now, you probably know SJY for something like this. The wood, the color, the just that like feel of like, damn, that is a nice fucking headphone. And they've always been planar. And I've been dealing with them for, 2.5, 3 years. Got the original ones down there. I got there with the one with the dragon. That's an SJY audio. So they appear. There's multiple of them on my wall. And every revision, they get better. Because he's a college student. Honestly, has he graduated yet? Because we've kind of started our own business at this point. He's always had this dream of making like the better and better and better headphones. And every time he sends me one, it's like as soon as that video comes out, it's time for the next one. He does not fuck around. He is not slow about this. And so the Freedoms were announced, and I looked at them, and I'm like, well, that's kind of a square with an oval in it. But everything is metal. This is metal. This is metal. This is metal. This is metal. These are metal. This is leather. The only 3D printed part is on the inside, and that's actually going to be changed out. I've got an early revision model, so I could do the testing. And since he's releasing it on the 6th, which is the day you're watching this, so that's when you'll get it, the pads are all custom. The wire I'm using is not the wire it comes with, because I didn't have the wire it comes with ready. So I'm just using my pedantic Effect Audio collab, the Cadmus 8W, a.k.a. the Purple Asylum with adapters on it. Because you gotta be real. One of the biggest drawbacks of having the Pocket 2 as my camera now is you're gonna be able to get in here and see all the dirt and dust and dandruff and oh my god, did you comb your hair today, Zeos? So you've got custom oval hold, either a tight 3-knuckle or a loose 2-knuckle with perforation suede, and it's actually slightly angled, like just the ever slightest little like wee down. They are held on by the magnets, and I've had to actually add some blue tack to keep them like firm. Because, again, the mounts are not perfect, and they're 3D printed still on my set. But overall build of the headphone is, like, that's nice. It's not the wood. Like, if you're looking for the wood, you get the other model, you get that one with the wood. This, however, the thing that's in this that makes it special, you could just see it through there, through the little logos he's got there. Does that driver look like gold? Is it a gold driver? Is it gold like the tungsten driver is gold, which you could see from these modified back pads that DMS sent me? Well, yes, it is. So now we have two companies. Obviously tungsten doesn't need my mouth on its dick anymore. It lives there. But let's talk a little bit about a more affordable option if you want a gold planar. And this is weird because I don't see any gold planars with gold planars. Just saying that statement. So yeah, this is why the price is up there. It's why it's going to be $1,000 when it's not on sale. To go with a gold finger. Should I peel this off and show? Oh god. Oh, there's blue tack. To go with the gold in there, they've got some weird modifications going on that he's doing for sound tuning. But to go with the gold brings up the price. But what gold does is it conducts the electricity across the planar differently. The way it deals with the magnetism differently. And if I put these on, which I'm going to take a look at them again. I will say this: they still have a weird bit of a geometry where that's being pushed in, and they kind of feel like they want to roll a little bit. But as the pads are soft enough and square enough that they sort of sit on your head and feel beautiful. I feel beautiful. That's why we have the two girls, because I have multiple things to review. I should have just put like 7 or 8 of them. Oh, okay. So sitting here trying to gather my thoughts, and I've got to learn to sit further back so that the not as wide angle lens doesn't affect it as badly. Sitting here just shuffling through some tracks, obviously good tracks, bad tracks. Coming off of the RT5000, which for some reason has 10 op amps in it. I'm pimping out this $600 DAC amp combo because it is one of the good times. I was going to talk about sound, but let's talk about powering the headphones, because SJY is known for 2 things: beautiful headphones and holy fuck, how many ohms? What does it take to power these? And these are, he claims that they're a better, easier to drive headphone. They're not tungsten, all right? Nothing is tungsten but tungsten. That's the bane of everyone's existence if you want to buy them and actually use them. But they still require you to like fish around a little bit. If you have 2 or 3 amplifiers, maybe one of them will be the one that it plays on really well. This RT5000 on the super gain, because there's 4 levels of gain on this unit, which by the way is real leather top and bottom and wood in the front. The super gain on this can run it from noon to about 2. Then it gets too loud. So miraculous, 4.4, 3.5 quarter-inch. I'm just going to see how I'm doing the 2 reviews at the same time. I'm spectacular. This is why no one can touch me. No AI can touch me. This is his best sounding headphone by quite a number. But like more than a little bit by a bunch, by the way. Mouse pad, if available, still available in the description. It may not be. The clarity of gold should just be the fucking on the box. I don't know where the box is. I think it just came in like a standard box because he wasn't ready yet. But the clarity of gold, the finesse and the detail, it's just, I wouldn't even put these like, I don't want to fight them against tungsten. Let's not. Instead, let's talk about its real competitor, Abyss. Because Abyss Diana, I say words, maybe I won't say these words because maybe I want to get other Abyss things in the future. But let's just say if you're pulling out your pockets and you've only got like $1,000 and not $4,000 for Abyss, this might be what you're looking for. Because it does most of the things that I would expect from like that level of planar accoutrement. It's that holy shit, it's fast. Holy shit, it's detailed. Did that bass note just hit? Oh my god, my nipples shattered. Like the vocal clarities is just, there's an energy. It feels like what we got here is a reduction of distance. Go with me on this. So if normal headphones are that far away from what you're hearing, and IEMs go inside your ear, but then you start looking for soundstage, these feel like they've just chopped your fucking ear off like Van Gogh. It was Van Gogh, right? Take the pads off, super glue the ring, and then slam it into your head so that you have no distance between your hearing canal and where the sound is being generated. That said, it's not like no soundstage and it sounds really close. That's what I'm describing, but not what I'm hearing. It just sounds like I'm hearing nothing in the way of the music. It's weird, all right? I'm the first to admit that I'm describing this in a weird fucking way. But it doesn't feel like I'm listening to, the pad. If I change the pads, it'll sound different. I don't hear the pads. I don't hear the amp as much as I think that this amp is doing a lovely job powering it right now and being a nice, warm little box of wood and leather. I'm listening to fucking Rob Zombie. And it's just like, there's a pair of speakers I have to review. I haven't reviewed them yet. They're the Korean speakers. you know which brand that is. And I actually discussed a little bit about them in a Triangle speaker review, which I have to refilm because the camera was being a fucking lunatic. And they don't sound like speakers. They have no character. And you're like, well, isn't that bad, Zeos? Don't you love character? Yeah, I love character. But when you have an absolute lack of it, that's almost more amazing. When it's like I put on a song and literally my brain goes, music, and there's nothing between me and the song. These headphones feel like that. These headphones feel like they're not adding any color to anything. And either that's going to be like, well, I don't want that, Zeos. I want something to color my sound. Or you don't have that in your collection yet. And I'm not talking about like boring Shure headphones. Fuck, I'm sorry, Shure. Where are they? They're right there, the Shure 1540s. I bought those with my own money, knowing full well I hate the way they fucking sound. And I hate the way they fucking sound. But they're built so well that I'm like, maybe there's hope. And then I just never got around to modifying them. But these just present your music with no fuckery, no nothing. The thing I should be doing is preamping something with a tube to try to add. Thank God the TA66 isn't coming out this week as well with the LC30 and the RT5000 and the goddamn Horizons. But, and the 808s. I still have to do the 808s. He's like, the 808s are coming out. I'm like, you're going to have to wait, 808s. But, I feel like this is sort of just like veilless. What does it sound like? See, is it a warm headphone? Is it a sharp headphone? Is it super soundstagey? Is it narrow? And it's none of the above. And yet all of the above. It just does. Fuck. It makes me say the F word audibly for the Dragon Ball Z theme. Well, which one was that? This was Gohan's Sack. I'm not joking. That is what just played, and it sounded phenomenal. Did I mute you for like 3 hours, phone? Why would you ding? Look how I unlock my phone and it just immediately opens. Yeah, it doesn't do that. You are on do not disturb. What happened? Shouldn't it do not disturb me if I ask it to do not disturb me? These are a work of art. They're not as fun as like Tungsten is or like a ZMF headphone is. But they're not as overpriced and bland as like you get into the higher end Abyss stuff or you get into, I'm trying to think about overpriced and bland. What's overpriced and bland? Even like the Audio-Technica 5000 series, like that really expensive one, was like, it was just detail. And that was it. And then you had to do all your source shit to make it acceptable. I've listened to these on whatever amps can push them, and it is a limited number. Like, I think I tried on the Atom 2, and it was just barely able to do it on high gain. I cleared off the whole desk so I could just have this up here for this weird double review. But yeah, no, we're, it's a lightness and a fastness that you don't expect out of a headphone that kind of looks like it came out of a retro 90s gaming headset thing. By the way, I want to point out he also offers multiple colors for this. So if you're not stuck on the purple, you could have it in black, which makes you boring. Don't do it in black. Pink, silver, blue, orange, red, yellow, green, wave wood, which is really nice. It just takes this and puts a piece of wood there. Or Voronoi wood, which is kind of giving me a tryptophobia sort of thing. And then you do have the choice of cables of balanced XLR 4.4 or 3.5, which I don't have his actual cable here, just my collab cable, my really nice IEM collab cable, which I've adapted to put in 3.5 millimeters into the headphones, which into the metal. It's kind of hard for me to grasp how far we've come. Because he's gone from like the wood, which was nice with terrible geometry. The thing would like fly off your head. And they had weird crinkles and they were hard to power, but to the point of actually destroying amplifiers. Pre-order, especially mid-April. That makes sense. We've come to this. Besides the vent, by the way, there are vents back here that he's put into the 3D print. Well, not on this side, but on the back side. There are 4 vents in the 3D print that holds the pad on. So he is breathing through the headphones. Despite it being an open back, he's also done that to keep the driver from getting like crinkly when you seal on the pads. Like, he's come almost all the way. I'd say this is about as we're getting to the point where it's going to be like, oh shit, people have to start taking real notice of SJY now. If these show up at New York Can Jam, which they should, because I think he's probably going to come in for New York. No, he'll be at SoCal. He's always at SoCal. He should absolutely have. This would be the headphone I show off. As beautiful as this one is, what is the name of that one? I keep forgetting. There's so many of his headphones and models. So is that Starry Night or that Moonlight? That's the Moonlight. The Starry Night was the closed back. And then we've got that one, which is the Umi. You could even buy the Moonlight headband, which is basically... No, this one's got the square things for $85. He's got so much stuff. So many things. So many things. This is going to show up at a Can Jam near you at some point. He should just send units out. He needs to get some sponsorships, take 10 of these units, and just give them to companies to put on their tables at shows to show off amplification. Because I do think amplification matters a great deal with this headphone. And it's less like, oh, it needs a warm sound or it needs a tube sound. It's more like it just needs the right amount of power. It needs to be able to handle the ohms load, which I actually don't remember if I know the ohms. Pure gold driver, sensitivity 90 decibels per millivolt, 16 ohms. So 16 ohms, we're away from 8. It used to be 8. So now we're at 16. Getting that up to like 32. This is dumb at 150. The stupid fucking tungsten fucker. Hi, how you doing? I'm inefficient and 150 ohms planar. So these are at the bottom end of the spectrum, the other end of the spectrum. But getting them on and just playing this through the Rose Technics RT5000, which, by the way, has balanced outputs, RCA outputs, which I'm actually currently feeding the TA66 with, your on-off switch. And then back here, in the most worst spot ever, is the switch to go between SPDIF and Bluetooth or USB. So if you want to switch, there it is. By the way, here's your Bluetooth antenna. It's a little barrel. And I think I'm currently feeding it with coaxial. And there's your buttons. I don't like a lot of these, like the 4 gain settings, the mute button for no reason to be a mute button, a Bluetooth button, EQ. There's a DSD light. And why the fuck is this knob? I'm going to do a whole review of this. But the knob should be on the top. The knob should be on the top part with the notch cut out instead of on the bottom part with the notch cut out. That makes no sense. But the light is red, so I'm happy about that. So anyway, back to sound. It's light. It's like angel hair pasta. If all other headphones are rocking spaghetti or linguine, this is the angel hair pasta. But it's not like you have to play it quietly. You could hammer with these. What is this song? Full Metal Alchemist. It's like every time I change tracks, even if I know the song or the album or whatever the hell's about to come on, I'm checking my angles, I feel like I've never heard it before. It's like, ooh, what's that? Oh, I've heard the song 100 times. Ooh, what's that? I've heard the song 100 times. Because it starts and it gives you a presentation of the sound you've not heard before. Next track, doing it again. Oppenheimer soundtrack. Can't go wrong with that. Actually, I haven't listened specifically to the Ground Zero song, which is a lot of weird, like that. Which unfortunately I have to record in mono or else there's noise, so you're not going to be getting any more stereo, which was kind of sad, but at the same time it was also reverse stereo because the camera's upside down in my head, and I couldn't reverse it in post without extracting the audio, doing a thing, and I wasn't going to be able to do that, so you're hearing me in mono, everybody. Zeos records his reviews in mono from now on. Very sad. Shh. Wait for it. Yeah, no, there's something about a gold planar driver that's not gold planar made that just exudes this, like... Oh, I went to rub my eyes and I slashed the gimbal. Sorry. There's a lack of normality to these. That's the best way I could put it. They're not normal. They just sound more immediate, faster, thinner, lighter, yet as heavy as you'd ever want a bass track to be. This is If I said the last few headphones I reviewed of his, like the Umis and things, I'm like, this is a real headphone now. This is a real headphone now. But it didn't have a place where I would say, if someone said, hey, I need this, then I would pull it out of a list. It'd probably be my second or third recommendation. If you have $1,000 and you want nothing in the way of your music, like if you say, I don't know what my sound signature preference is, Zeos. This is the important part. If you say, I don't know what my sound signature preference, gotta remember, lean back, back against the chair so it's wider. If you don't know what your sound signature preference is and you have $1,000 to spend on a headphone, you buy these. You look at the Meze 109s, those are soft and not veiled. Those are soft and wide and far away. That's a very specific sound for the 109s. I personally love it. But maybe that's not for you. Maybe you want a little more detail. Maybe you want to, I'm just scanning around my goddamn things. What's the next step? Venus are kind of like big aggressive planars. The Auns are just that fucking crazy amount of like soundstage going on in them. And smoothness. Again, that's smoothing out the ruffles and the detail. This just gives you all the detail. So that's my statement on the Horizon. What's on the Horizon? Everything. Can I uncover her face? Whose face am I covering? Actually, she'd probably be better with the face covered. No, she'd shoot me. That's the way that would work. In case you don't know, this is from Girls' Last Tour. One of the top 5, top 10 anime ever. Just watch it. It's fucking adorable and it touches your heart. These are, you know what? I haven't gamed in these, and I haven't gamed in a while, but these would probably be fucking bizarre to game in. Not that you're going to buy $1,000 planars made of gold to game in. You're not that person. Are you that person? Are you that person? Because if you're that person, by all fucking means, put some RGB LEDs in this, and then you're set. Yeah, I don't want to make a 1 billion hour long review, especially if I'm combining it with other products. So 100 motherfucking% recommendation of the Horizons. Just know that you may have to play with a few different amplification options. I usually default back to like a speaker amp to push things, but RT5000, moving on to this. As a DAC amp combo, again, it'll get its own full review, but it's launching like tomorrow. If you're seeing this video, it's coming out tomorrow. If you're seeing this video a day late, it's the link in the description works. Having 10 fucking op amps and then apparently 2 other op amps claiming 12 op amps and being made of wood and the bottom is leather. Why is the bottom leather? Why do we have leather on the top and bottom and then machining on the sides? It's like, who, where, why, when, and how? And then your gold knob. So links to this. LC30, I forget the exact date they said this is coming out, but you do require a speaker amp. It is for speaker amps pass through, and you could select A, B. You could select 2 different speaker amps and then 2 different speaker outputs, and then you could adjust your sensitivity with this knob. You cannot raise or lower the speaker volume. And then you do have 4 different levels of brightness on the background. Or you can turn the whole unit off if you feel like it. So LC30, RT5000, Horizon. Wallpaper in the Wallpaper Horde. Zeos and the Zeos Horde. Support this channel, please, for the love of God. I'm going to start new things on the Patreon because I really need you guys to be more involved in this channel and maybe private stuff that I'm going to be put on. So I might give you like, hey, what are some topics you want me to discuss in this week's private video? I'll make a private video, 20, 30 minutes long, pointing at my face if you wanted to, and it'll just be the top things voted on by patrons. Hey, how about this? Or what's this best thing? Or what's the best way to do this? And I'll try to keep it short, and that'll be just for the patrons to get. And maybe they'll get leaked out every once in a while publicly to promote it. But yeah, for $5 a month, you'll be able to do that. You get to be able to see reviews early. This one's only going to be on for like a day or two because it's timing-wise. Participate in yard sales. 1st to the 10th of every month, I sell things. Things that are just, I have too much shit, get rid of some of it. Or companies send me 2 of something. Or it's just time to go. It's just time to go. So yeah, if you're interested in that, and I do ship internationally. It's half shipping international, free shipping U.S. and Canada. So you just whatever you bid is what you pay. And then the sound demos, I have not sound demoed these. I don't believe. If I do have to sound demo them, maybe I did sound demo these. If I did demo them, then you can get it in the Sound Demo Oasis, which is available only to patrons and subscribers to our supporters at $5. So you're going to get to do the questionnaire thing. You're going to be able to see videos early, participate in yard sales, and sound demos. For $10 a month, private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you could ask me questions directly, constantly, all the time. You get into that until the cycle comes around every quarter. As long as you're a current patron at that level, you will stay in that chat. You get to buy, sell, and trade gear in the Lifetime Swap Meet channel. So if you join the $10 tier, you get in there to ask me questions. You could join the Swap Meet channel with like 370 other people, and there you can sell things, you could buy things, you could trade things, and I never kick you out of that. So that's the other benefit. Check out the Hi-Fi Guides forum. I haven't mentioned that in a while. I did mention this in the yard sale video, but no one watches the yard sale videos. But if I'm looking for sponsors for Axpona and for Munich. If you're a company, you don't have to be an audio company. You could be anything company. You could be a coffee company. You could be a fucking one of those things that they put in the bottom of urinals, a urinal cake company. I want to be sponsored by a urinal cake company because it's fun to say that I love your urinal cakes, and then I could just use that money to go to Germany because I'm probably not going to be able to get my flight sponsored like I was last year, so that's coming out of pocket, and Munich is far away. So yes, please, thank you. If you're interested, figure out how to contact me on Telegram. Is usually the best course. Just go through links and you'll find my public Telegram, and then you'll find my private Telegram, and then you'll find me. Anyway, Wallpaper and the Wallpaper Horde. I'm done, you're done, we're done. Horizon is not done. I don't think these are a good portable headphone. Like, I don't know if there's a portable unit that could push them properly for 16 ohms. But my God, they work every other place on my desk. Anyway, I'm done, you're done, we're done. How do I stop this crazy thing and get off? I'm going to get off.